In this video, we'll be building a new product for your Shopify store. Go to the left-hand side and select Products. In the top right-hand corner from the Products dashboard, select Add Product. Here you'll be given the product editor and builder. You'll have two columns, one where you go top to bottom in the one column and then come back up and go top to bottom, or you can go left to right. But make sure that as you build this product, you fill out all of the fields and parameters to make sure that your product is ready to go live on your sales channels. Here, we'll be building a product, which is a demo product. Enter in the title. Here you can enter it into this word processor and make some edits. This will be a description that is listed under your product title and your product page. This icon in the top left-hand corner, you can generate text using Shopify AI by entering a prompt in here and then changing the tone to match the branding that you wish to have for your store. This will be covered more in depth in another video. Here we'll enter in a description. Next, we'll go top to bottom on this left-hand column. We'll select the media. You can upload new from your device, or you can add from a URL. If you've downloaded it, you can import it by drag and drop, which we'll do here. As we drag this in, you notice that the image is optimized in dimension to fit the parameters that are recommended by Shopify. In this case, the image is 2048 by 2048 pixels. That makes it populate in the product card the way we would like to have it based on the settings that we will input in our online store. From here, we'll enter in our pricing. Bunch of different pricing strategies, which are covered in a different video. For this, we'll just enter in a very simple $9.99 for this demo product. We can do a compare at price, which is what you would have if, say, this was a discounted price and this is a MSRP, which is a manufacturer's suggested retail price. For this, we'll leave it blank. If you have a physical product, or depending on the product type that you have, you want to make sure that you're charging tax for sales tax. In this instance, this is a digital product, so we'll deselect charge tax on this product, then enter in your costs. For digital product, the way that you capture or calculate costs may vary, or if you are purchasing this from a distributor or from a manufacturer and selling the product in your store, you'll enter in those costs here, so that way you have your revenue, then your costs of goods, and that will give you your gross profit, and then your gross profit margin. And then from there, looking at your profit and loss statement, you can calculate out what your operating expenses are, and then ultimately get down to your net profit. That's covered in depth in a different video. From here, we'll go into the inventory and how that is stocked and managed within our business. So for this, by default, based on the locations that we have entered, it's selected as multiple locations. We'll select the drop-down. This includes locations that we physically control and any apps that share SKUs with other locations, or we can select Printify. We'll cover building out print-on-demand products in a different video. For this, we'll leave it with multiple locations selected. If we're not going to track the quantity, for instance, this is a digital download, a digital product, so the quantity is infinite, we can deselect track quantity. But if we are going to select track quantity and leave that selected because it is a physical product that we have a finite amount of, then we would want to go in here in these multiple locations and list out how many of the inventory that we have at each location. And then make sure that as we capture that later on, we go in and we're managing the inventory when we're receiving it, when we're selling it, when we're taking portions of the inventory out and turning it into a promotional product that is not going to be sold, or we're entering it in with a giveaway, so that way we can track it for our taxes and for our bookkeeping in an accurate way. This case, we're going to go ahead and deselect track quantity, but had this been a physical product, we also have the decision to make of, do we want to continue selling when it's out of stock, which will basically turn the order into a back order, which is something that you'll have to manage with customer expectations and your email automations and how that's communicated to your customers and how that's displayed on the front end of your site, which will be covered in a different video. But for this case, the most simple way to manage your inventory is that when it's out of stock, it is no longer being sold and no longer being listed for sale in your store. And by deselecting this or keeping this unselected, it will no longer be available or show as out of stock when the product is out of stock. Now, there's other things that you can add in here that show in-stock notification integrations that allow a customer to enter in their email and be emailed when you receive new product and it comes back in stock. But for the purposes of this video, we'll leave this out of stock and we will no longer be sold. And then if we have a SKU or barcode that we need to attach to this, we would select this, which will give us our stock keeping unit number and the barcode, which is your ISBN, UPC, GTIN. Those are all going to be covered in a separate video, as SKUs, and how those are unique and help you manage large catalogs more efficiently. So we're not going to track quantity, so we'll deselect the SKU, we'll deselect track quantity, and you can see that by default, the product is going to be listed as located at our physical location. However, it's not tracked. We don't have a SKU or barcode to add, so the inventory, since it's infinite, is left as is. Moving down to shipping, here's where we can say if it's a physical product or not. If it is a physical product, you need to enter in the weight of the product itself. So that way, when you're calculating shipping costs, then you're integrating into those shipping zones that were set up and are covered in a different video. It's calculating the shipping costs for your customer accurately. So enter in your shipping costs, shipping weight, enter in your weight format, whether it's pounds, ounces, kilograms, or grams, and then that way it'll populate accurately for your business. If you have customs information, if you're going to be shipping this internationally, this is where you would enter that in. Select the country or region of origin, and then the harmonized system code. This is going to be covered in a separate video, so we will leave this blank. It's not a physical product. This is a digital demo product, so we'll deselect this, and as you can see, it removes all of the inputs that have been created when the system thought it was a physical product. If there are variants, which again, this is a digital product that is not going to be shipped. However, we can use this product card to sell multiple versions of the demo product. So here we can add options for variants. By default, they have different standard, commonly seen types of variants, whether that's size, color, material, or style. For this, you can also enter in a unique version for and it will make that calculate on the front end of your store. You'll just have to come in, add in your option values, whatever they may be. So you enter in the text for your first option, and you'll see that once you add in the first variant, that it automatically populates another field to create the second variant, and so on and so forth as you add all of your ZEP. So as we enter in the second one, because it wouldn't be a variant if there was only, as we enter in the second variant, which there has to be, otherwise there can't be a single variant unless there's multiple variants, and then you have, as in size and color, so that's two types of variants. You can have a blue shirt and a black shirt, and there's blue extra large, black extra large, and so on and so forth. So you end up having a multitude of different individual products underneath this product card. So we enter in our different types of variants, and then when we're done, we can also, if we entered them incorrectly or we want one to populate as the default first option, when they do the drop down, we can select this grid, and then we can drag and move the variants to line up the way we wish them to line up on the front end of our store. Once we're done, we select done. And from here, we can come down and we can add in and drag and drop the individual photos for those variants and attach a specific product photo to those variants. That's very important when you have physical products like apparel. And from there, when somebody selects that variant, they'll be able to see just exactly what they are looking for and preview it on the product page. You can also individually change the prices. So if this was a demo product and there was a good, better, best model, you could change so that there was a good price, higher price, $15 up from the $10. But for the purposes of this, we'll leave this as the original price. And it's just a different variant of the physical product. If we go ahead and drag the card itself, it'll create a pop-up that says, hey, we would like to create this variant. And here you can enter in specific, more detailed information about the variant itself, whether that's price, the cost. From there, it'll populate your profit, and your gross margin. You can enter in the SKU and the barcode and any customs information that you may need. If there's nothing to add, you can select done or click cancel. And from there, you have your variants that are entered in. To select the Image, you can select the card and it'll give you the content library that is already affiliated with your store, and we'll select another product image that is optimized for being a product image. In this case, it's 2048 by 2048 pixels, and we'll select done, and you can see that it populates here in variant A, and then in variant B, we select a different one, and it will show here. So as the customer selects what they would like, they will see that yes, they are on variant B because they are looking at variant B and how that is being described. At the bottom, you have search engine listing and how the meta description and the meta title will be populating on a search engine. You can select edit in the top right-hand corner and it'll provide a page title, which you can enter if you'd like to add in other keywords so that your search engine intent is matched to populate your product higher. That's a different strategy that you can use for search engine optimization. And then in your meta description, you can enter in a description for your product that will display the optimized description for your product to help it populate against your competition with the new market. At the URL handle, you can see what your web address will be for your product and make any edits to make sure that it is optimized for search engine results. From here, we will go back up to the top right-hand corner because as we said before, you want to make sure that you fill out all of the different cards on your product editor. The status, you have the drop down so you can have this as an active product that once you save this, it will be immediately available on your store. Or if you think that you're going to have to build this over time and get some different details, you can select draft and have it saved as a draft, which we will do here. For publishing, you can see that the different sales channels that are listed. You have your online store and your point of sale. Those are the two sales channels that we are integrated to, but if you are integrated to others, those would all show here. You can see that none of them are currently going to be published, and it's not published because this is not an active product that we have saved and it has been published to the store. However, we can go in and select this calendar icon to create a pop-up to where we can schedule the product to be published on a date and time that is convenient or optimal for our business and any sort of marketing and product launch plan that we have designed to build interest and urgency in our product launch and the idea of getting the customer interest focused on a specific product launch and that drop culture. That is a strategy. The different types of strategies are covered in different videos, but for here to make it publish at a specific time, you schedule your online store publishing to this sales channel, you select your date, you select your time based on the time zone that you are going to be publishing it in, and then you select schedule publishing. If you would like to not schedule publishing, select cancel. Here you also have the markets that you intend to publish to. We can select the three-dot icon in the top right-hand corner and we can manage the different sales channels that we're integrating to, and we can manage the markets that we are selling in, but that will take you away from this product editor. So be sure to either open this in a new tab or wait until you save your work to move on to that more macro level management. Within product organization, we have the different categories that we have for our store and the types of products that we are selling. This helps not only for how a search engine will read what our product is, but also how our store categorizes the different products that we sell, which allows us to have more in-depth analytics when looking at how different products are performing and optimizing. So here we can select what we would like to select. We have an AI suggestion based on what Shopify reads our product is from the inputs we've made, but then also we can come in and select them specifically. This does have impact on what your US tax rates are for the market that you're selling in based on the United States. And you want to make sure that whatever you're selecting is optimized first for your tax rates and then onto what you are trying to classify your product as. Within product type, we can enter in a unique product type that is how we classify it within our store or within your store that you would write it down as. So for this, we will write it as demo, and that way it will now be a field that is read by the spreadsheets and by the system as product type demo. So when we have other demo product types or other t-shirt product types, if this was a t-shirt and physical product, we can sort and filter to look at just t-shirts. For the vendors, this will be where your manufacturer or your vendor is that you're selling it. We are manufacturing this product as a digital product ourselves, but if this was something that we were buying from a manufacturer or a distributor, we would list out the manufacturer that it is for that product. And that way, when a customer comes in and looks at the product, they can see that they are buying a genuine, authentic product from the manufacturer that you're saying you're selling it from. For us, we'll we'll select our company name since we are the vendor and the manufacturer of this product. For collections, this will create segmented product catalogs that you can use in different ways for your online store, which is covered in a different video. For this, we're just going to leave it blank. You can also list it as a collection for the homepage and then use that collection specifically to calculate on your homepage as part of your homepage layout and how you work through the different strategy to funnel viewers into customers. That also covered in a different video. We'll leave this blank because we don't intend to put this into any collections. We just want it to be a product that is not showcased or featured in any way and that we have as available for sale, but we are going to create a specific landing page for it, and we're not going to use collections as part of our store strategy. Within tags, we select tags, and within this, you can view all of your tags, and these are different attributes that you can use to sort and filter and for analytics purposes on the back end. Here, we'll put Deno and just type that in because that tag doesn't exist. It gives you the option to add Deno, which we will select. Now we can see that Deno is an option, it's selected, and it populates here in the bottom. Because of our input here on tags, we can see that the AI suggestion up top has been removed. But because we saw that template before and we know that that was the accurate product category for what we wanted, we go back in and we select the suggestion that was given by the Shopify system, and now that will populate permanently in the product cart. For your theme template, this is how your product is going to display in your online store. There are a bunch of different strategies that you can use within the Shopify theme editor to create unique theme templates for different product types and different landing pages and different aspects of your store. Select the drop-down. If you've created any other theme templates, they will be listed here for your product itself. This is useful if you have something that is a unique product offer that has a more of a funnels type of presentation and positioning to your customer and a URL that you are sending customers to in a targeted way to convert specifically on that product, as opposed to listing this product as part of a larger catalog and part of a larger collection that customers will navigate to based off of their customer search. So because we have no other theme templates, only thing that will populate is the default product option, which we'll leave selected. And from here, we'll go back and review everything that we have in our store from the bottom up. Looking at our search engine, we have our search engine listing details, our variants, our prices that we would like, and the types that we would like to see. We verify our shipping information. We verify that our inventory is going to be tracked or not tracked, and the SKU and barcodes have been entered if they're there. Our pricing is the way that we would like it to be, and our costs are captured so that we have a macro level of analysis. Our theme template is as we would wish it to be. The media for our product is been entered and optimized. We have any additional media that we've added for various types, if that is something that we would like to do. We look at our product organization, and the category, type, vendor, collections, and tags have all been entered in accurately. We can see that our title and description have been entered the way that we would wish. We do a final edit and optimize any sort of AI inputs that have been given, that this is exactly how we would like to see in our initial draft. And then we look at where things are going to be published, how they're going to be scheduled, and that they are going to be on the sales channels that we want them to be on. And then from here, we feel that the product is ready for publishing. So we move it from draft to an active status. And when we click save, this will now list the product as for sale on the front end of our page. We can see here that the confirmation of a successful ad, that this is now has an active status and it has been added to our catalog. We can view other products with active status, or we can add another product by selecting here. And we can also see that we can duplicate this product if we're creating new iterations of similar product types. We can preview it on our store. We can share it to other people. We can now create automations if we wish to do so, which is covered in a different video. And we can see here that the variant photos have been added to the media. The sales channels now show green, that it is successfully uploaded to our store and it is being sold in the United States market. Once this product has created sales, we'll be able to see insights within the product itself. That's covered in a later video. If we go through and we see that this product is filled with errors that we need to fix, we can leave it as active status and come in and make those changes immediately, or we can come back in, select it as a draft, and move it back to a draft status by selecting draft and selecting save. We'll leave it on active status, and from here, we'll go into to the store itself and view the product to make sure that it is exactly the way we wish to see. That will open in a separate tab. And from there, from a customer's perspective, we'll look at the product itself, make any edits that we want to the title, to the description, to the media, and optimize it for our customers' viewing. If you found this video helpful, click subscribe down below and follow us for more on setting up and running a business online. Keep working at your craft and building your business from the ground up.